Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from PaulthePoke.com. Today's topic, Egypt will fear Israel. And that's God's will. That's what it says in Isaiah 19, verse 17. The land of Judah will become a terror to Egypt. Everyone to whom it is mentioned will be in dread of it because of the purpose of the Lord of hosts, which he is purposing against them. So twice, his purpose, God's purpose. So as a point of review, who and where is the land of Judah? Judah is a son of Jacob, Israel, from Genesis. The lineage of Judah becomes the tribe of Judah. And we get that from Genesis chapters 46 and chapters 49. Jesus is from this tribe and is called the Lion of the tribe of Judah. And that's a quote from Revelation 5, verse 5. This tribe is synonymous with the southern kingdom in the day of Isaiah. It is modern-day southern Israel, the area which shares a border with Egypt and the Gaza Strip. Now, we know from previous verses in Isaiah 19, the Nile River is dry during this time. So the text does not say if the cause is by drought or if water is being withheld by a dam or whatever. Time will tell. But the following is food for thought in the event the waters of the Nile are restrained by a dam. So we got a couple of choices here, a couple of options. We got Aswan Dam, which is in southern Egypt. As recently as 2009, Israel's foreign minister Avigdor Lieberman stirred controversy with comments about Arab citizens and Egypt. And he once suggested Egypt's Aswan Dam might be bombed. 2008, he told then Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak, go to hell. So, they got a peace agreement, I guess. Now, if Israel is threatening to bomb the Aswan Dam, now this could most certainly cause fear, dread, and terror. Now, the concept of the verse is reeling in terror. And, if they were to bomb the Aswan Dam, that would effectively flood and wipe out Egypt because of the purpose of the Lord of hosts, which he is purposing against them. So, again, God is the one imposing fear on Egypt. Now, granted, he's got many options at his disposal in regards to stirring up fear. He's got plague, weather, darkness, those things in Exodus, just to mention a few. Now, I'm not suggesting or claiming to know the mind or purpose of God. Doesn't say. But the scenario is worth noting in today's geopolitical climate. God can absolutely plant an idea or emotion into the mind of a country's psyche. Check out Ezekiel 38:39 with Gog. Also note Pharaoh and his hardened heart in Exodus. I think we've had some previous notions, making men and women both weak-kneed to the point that they wet down their leg. So no problem for God to instill a little fear in humanity. Now, there's also the issue and construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. As of April 2019, the dam is about 2/3 complete, and the dam is expected to be finished in 2022. Egypt is expressing concern about their neighbors in Ethiopia upriver withholding water. The Egyptians are discussing, quote, dire humanitarian consequences of the completion of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Ethiopia expects to withhold 19.5 trillion gallons. Again, that's 19.5 trillion gallons, or 74 billion cubic meters of Nile River water behind the dam. The Nile River is it is the definitive source of life for Egypt. Now, this is an insane amount of water not going to Egypt. It's just darn near incomprehensible, especially when you look at some of the dams in the Middle East, like the Mosul Dam in northern Iraq. And I think that holds somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 to 11 billion gallons. This is a crazy amount of water that's looking to be withheld. So you can click on this link below, arabnews.com, and you can read more details about the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, some of the politics behind this. It will be an issue moving forward, especially when it comes to water. Look for water wars across the Middle East. I got a post coming at some point in the future with Turkey looking to add 22 dams in their land to the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers. I mean, they're going to control the water all the way down to the Persian Gulf. So, so a plausible scenario: Egypt wiped out, flooded by waters withheld by the destruction of the Aswan Dam. Nile River goes dry in Egypt by waters withheld by the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. So, you effectively block all the water from Ethiopia once what water is left and withheld by the Aswan Dam in Egypt. A drought could do the same thing. I mean, again, who knows how this is all going to go down, but you can see some plausible scenarios that do make sense with these dam constructions. And, God says that that's going to happen at some point in the future. You can also click on this link at PaulthePoke.com, Grand Ethiopian, and there's several articles about the construction and the politics related to the dam in Ethiopia, which, we're going to close with Isaiah 19, verse 18. In that day, 5 cities in the land of Egypt will be speaking the language of Canaan and swearing allegiance to the Lord of hosts. One will be called the city of destruction. That's just an insane statement. People in Egypt speaking Hebrew. Okay. Swearing allegiance to the triune God of the Bible. Okay. That's what it says. The emphasis on the city of destruction. There's all kinds of speculation, conjecture as to the symbolism or meaning of the 5 cities noted in the verse. Commentators are looking for a hidden meaning. Some are seeking spiritual significance of the number 5. Some are allegorizing the number of cities. I'm going to take God at his word and believe that he says what he means. There will be 5 cities in Egypt where those residents will speak Hebrew. Hearts in Egypt will change. Those people in those 5 cities will be committed to the God of the Bible. I mean, that's, if you just read the text for what it says, that's what's being stated. One of those cities is named, and the name of that city is debated with legitimate scholarship, not speculation or allegorical interpretation. And the argument lies in which text. So depending on which text you're reading, in the Hebrew, city of destruction is the interpretation. Now, if you look at some of the Qumran scrolls or the Dead Sea Scrolls, also some medieval Hebrew manuscripts, it reads city of the sun. Now, this interpretation, city of the sun, is also supported in the Greek, a Greek version, Symmachus's Greek version, the Targum, and that'd be the Aramaic translation of the Bible, and the Vulgate, which is the Latin translation of the Bible. They say city of the sun. So Heliopolis, that's located in northern Egypt on the Nile River, right where it branches into 7 different rivers and streams toward the northern part of the country is what they're looking at. But at any rate, I trust that at some point in the future, God will clarify this issue and it'll make sense. So make no mistake about it. God's in control. Egyptian hearts will turn and change to the Hebrew God of the Bible. So appreciate you guys following along. If you'd like to follow the blog, click on the blue bar, type in your address, your email address. You'll receive a notification every time we got something new out and published. Also, you can see this categorized under Egypt, Nile River, Isaiah, prophecy, trend updates. Also have SEO words under Aswan Dam, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, God's will, Israel, Judah, predestination, etc. And you can see these categories on the far right side of the blog. For example, click on Egypt, Nile River, and you can read all kinds of stuff that's been categorized going back, 9-10 years now. So appreciate y'all following along. Hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.